Hey y'all, I'm Tim and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Hit that like button. Guys, we're at the Mr. Maple Open House. There's nothing cooler than walking around, talking trees, seeing all these cool trees throughout the greenhouses. I'm standing here with Jerry DePaz.
Yes, sir.
And we're about to do his top 5 Japanese maples.
Top 5.
So hit that like button. Guys, there's nothing cooler than seeing what other people love about Japanese maples. So how long have you been growing Japanese maples, Jerry?
6 months.
6 months.
Yep.
How many Japanese maples do you have?
We're not counting today's 15. I think adding another 13 today. So.
Oh my goodness, so you're really turning into a collector.
Yeah. No, awesome.
What was your very first Japanese maple?
Makawa.
Makawa Yatsubusa.
Yes.
So you started out with a really good one. Well, we're gonna start into his top 5 and see what his top 5 Japanese maples are. So you're from Illinois, I was saying.
Illinois.
You're saying. How far of a drive is that?
10-hour drive. Well worth it.
10-hour drive, coming here to the Mr. Maple Open House. I mean, I saw the line this morning and there were cars all the way down the road. Yeah. I was driving by and I pulled up my phone, I was like, there's at least 40, 50 cars in the line at 7 o'clock. I'm like, this is insane. So you drove a really long distance, you probably got a hotel.
Yes.
And we really appreciate you coming in.
Oh, awesome.
What's your number 5?
Number 5, Lion's Head.
The Lion's Head, Shishi Gashira. What do you like about that tree?
Just the design of it and the leaves and just the way it branches out.
It's
really unique.
It has a unique texture because the leaves curl downward and twist and curl with the foliage.
Yes.
And that grabs people's attention. The tight, compact habit, that sort of thicker branching, just it gives it a real regal appearance out there.
Yes.
That's a selection from classic Japanese maple from over 200 years ago. And Shishi is a mythological line in Japanese literature. It'd be kind of like saying Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse, because it's a female line that's specifically talked about in Japanese literature. But it's referred to as the lion's head because in the fall, it goes yellows and oranges, and with that tight, tuft appearance on the leaves, it looks like a lion displaying, its mane. So pretty cool plant there. It's also a real easy tree for people to grow. I mean, it can handle a lot of high heat. So that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So what do you got for your number 4?
Number 4 would be the Skeeter Broom.
Skeeter's Broom.
Yes.
That's a pretty cool one. That was found by Skeeter Rod, and the guy's name's Skeeter. I mean, this is a cool name. What do you like about it?
I like how it's straight up in the colors, how it grows, really tall, and the way it's unique, the body of it.
It does. I mean, it has almost like Christmas tree appearance as it matures out. Stays fairly narrow, so it fits in a lot of people's gardens. Gives you some bright red spring color. The fall color is a bright crimson red as fall. I got under the tree because my friend Richard Bomar, who got me into a lot of Japanese maples, he had a gorgeous, huge, gorgeous Skeeter's Broom right outside his door in Simpsonville, South Carolina. And I went down to visit his garden and it was in perfect fall color. And I was like, man, that is a thing of beauty. And I mean, you just see that narrow shape in that bright crimson fall color. It's going to grab your attention. So that's definitely a pretty cool tree. Yeah. And it's got a cool name too, Skeeter's Broom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a cool name to go with it. So what do you have for your number 3?
Coral bark.
So the coral bark, the Sengokaku, the OG coral bark.
Yeah.
That's a classic. What do you like about it?
I like the bark, especially supposed to be red. In Illinois, we get the snow, so I'm kind of interested to see how the red bark is going to contrast with the white snow.
It's pretty awesome because we get a lot of snow. We get some snow here from time to time, not a lot, maybe a foot and a half sometimes, a couple times throughout the season. But I mean, when you get that white backdrop to that red twigs on the Sengokaku, you see that red branching.
Yeah.
It just grabs your attention.
Yeah.
And a fun way to grow Sengokaku too is to put an evergreen backdrop to it. So even when you don't have snow, they can have something to color contrast against. And you put an evergreen backdrop behind a Sengokaku, it helps those branches stand out drastically. The name Sengokaku actually translates as coral towers. And so it's because of that coral bark. But I mean, that's a selection that is really a classic selection that people use in landscapes everywhere all across the country today. I mean, it is an amazing tree and a tree that more people need to be using. I mean, even though it's used so widely, I mean, it's a Japanese maple that gives you green spring interest, gives you that summery fill out the garden, some yellow to orange fall color with some red highlights, and then gives you winter interest throughout the winter when the leaves are dropped.
Yeah, very unique.
It's a cool tree.
Colorful.
So we're down to your number 2. Jerry, what's your number 2 Japanese
Let's
maple?
go origami.
Origami.
Yeah.
That's one I wasn't expecting. That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, that's a real cool one, yeah. I also like the branching of that one, the dark green branches on it, and then the color's really great on it too.
Yeah, Origami, that's a newer selection from Boring, Oregon. It has a nice rounded shape. It's almost like an Akita Yatsubusa, but it's a Pseudosubultianum X hybrid that looks a lot like a palmatum. And it's just such a cool little rounded tree.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome plant.
Yeah. And the branching, yeah, reminds a little bit of the lion's head, the way it branches out a little bit, the color of it.
It does, and it's a newer selection that just has that sort of rounded habit. I like Origami. It's got a good name.
Yeah.
And it's a tree they'll probably be doing some production on here at Mr. Maple because it is such a cool plant.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually gets out there fairly quickly though. I mean, the one I saw in Boring, Oregon that I was told was 10 years old, it was 8 to 9 feet tall.
Oh, dang, yeah.
So while it has that rounded, compact habit, it is a little bit of a vigorous grower, and it can give you some really good fall colors
Oh, yeah,
of
really
yellows,
colored.
oranges, and reds.
Yeah, great colors.
All right, so what do you have for your number 1?
Makawa.
Makawa Yatsubusa.
Yes.
The original.
The original,
The
yeah.
original Makawa Yatsubusa.
Yes.
What do you like about Makawa?
That's the first one that caught my eye. So it's
I mean,
my
what's
first-
not to like about
my
Makawa,
first
right?
love.
I mean, you see a Makawa and you're like, what is this plant?
Yeah.
We were at the
What it was.
We were in the Swan Lake Gardens down at the Iris Festival in Sumter, South Carolina, and they were like, "You've got to check out our Dr. Seuss tree." And we're like, "Dr. Seuss? I've seen that before, but we'll go check it out." But it wasn't Dr. Seuss, the tree at all. It was Makawa Yatsubusa. They just thought it looked like something out of a
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss novel, like a Dr. Seuss book, because it's just that tightly layering habit. It just looks like a character out there.
Yes, very characteristic. Yes.
It looks like it's alive. It looks like a creature. And it's just such a cool plant. It's the very first maple of the year with the North American branch of the Maple Society. It's a plant that, it's one of my favorite trees.
Yeah.
I mean-
Definitely my favorite.
I fell in love with that tree. And because of it, I mean, it's a tree that I'm like, how many different variations can we find
I
on
know.
this tree?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's so cool and so different. And, there's lace leaf Japanese maples. And there's lace leaves, people have been selecting lace leaves for years, but it really just feels like the Makawa family
Yes.
has just now started to open the horizon on what you can do with Japanese maples.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I'm super excited. Makawa Yatsubusa, your favorite Japanese maple. That's a pretty good one.
Yes.
So y'all, we appreciate you jumping in on Jerry's top 5 Japanese maples.
Come join us.
Y'all, find us on our Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook. We got the Maple Mafia there. You can get involved in the live chat each and every day here on the Mr. Maple Show. Make sure you're subscribed. And then guys, check us out on our podcast platform too. Did you know we do a weekly podcast? We've done over a year full of podcasts. When this airs, we'll be getting close to like a year and probably 6 months, because we got tons of top 5 videos right now. But guys, you better make sure you're subscribed there as well. We put out daily content on our YouTube channel. There's no one bringing it to you like Mr. Maple, so remember to shop with us. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.